I'm standing in one of the busiest markets of the New Delhi, national capital, the Bengali market. And as you can see here, Maggi is back and the packets are out there in the open. People celebrating and distributing sweets. And of course, it's a big cheer, not just for the consumers and the lovers of Maggi, but also the distributors and the shopkeepers whose business had gone for a big toss after the Nestle India Maggi entered into some legal troubles. Let's get in a word from the distributors as this is one of the big relief that is coming for them. Sir, to begin with you, for the distributors, this is a big relief coming in.
It's a big relief. It's not Dhanteras is also today and Maggi Teras is also today now for us. It's a very big relief. We have full confidence that this pack will come again, this product will come again, and nothing wrong in this. And whatever I don't want to go into the details, but we have proved that Maggi is safe and sound. We can have, we can sell, we can eat. So a big cheers.
Sir, as far as the business point of view is concerned, this was a big concern for the distributor. Huge losses were reported. Now with the Maggi coming back, how hopeful are you? Because, the pipeline is blocked. There is some consumer trust deficit also that is working at play.
See, we are associated with the company from the last 30 years. So as far as losses are concerned, we are businessmen. Loss and profit is one thing. But the reputation, because of whom it has been, we don't want to go into the details, but we are more concerned with the reputation loss, which has been gained now. So that is a big relief for us.
As you can see, the distributors are high in hopes, and let us see what will be the response of the consumers in some time. As for now, for the lovers of Maggi, Maggi is back on the shelves as far as the national capital is concerned. So one can go ahead and buy their favorite snack food, which has been one of the favorite for the country for a very long time. With camera person Dilip Upadhyay, this is Anusha Soni for India Today.
Okay, so ecstatic shopkeepers there expressing their absolute delight on the return of Maggi noodles in their stores, and great news for all Maggi lovers. Let's just listen into what the managing director and chairperson of Nestle India had to say about the return of Maggi. So the popular instant noodles Maggi is back in your stores after a ban of 5 months. In fact, Maggi has been seen in stores from today itself. Nestle India has even tied up with Snapdeal to promote Maggi. It had been banned, if you remember, for the last 5 months. Now Nestle India has brought back its very popular Maggi noodles to stores after the snack was not allowed to be sold over fears that it contained dangerously high levels of lead. But now, after samples have got a clear sign from the accredited laboratories, Maggi is once again back in your nearest stores, but Maggi is still banned in a few states. We will get that clarity from our correspondent in just a short while, that where all Maggi will be sold and where all it still continues to be banned. Well, the Swiss food major has also partnered with online marketplace Snapdeal for the rollout of Maggi. Anusha Soni, our correspondent, did get a chance to speak to one of the shopkeeper there who was extremely happy with the return of Maggi and said that today being Dhanteras, he couldn't have asked for better news that Maggi is back in his stores, because Maggi is considered to be an extremely popular instant snack for not only youngsters but for people across all ages. The rollout, in fact, has begun today itself, and Nestle has, confessed that it has been a challenging period for their organization, and therefore they are feeling rather satisfied at bringing back Maggi noodles to the market. Anusha Soni joins us for more on this. Anusha, and extremely, satisfied and relieved Nestle, and equally ecstatic, shopkeepers and, customers there, seeing the return of the very popular Maggi noodles back into their stores.
Absolutely correct. I mean, you would, share the sentiment with me that Maggi was a household and a kitchen favorite name. The midnight hunger pangs was always about Maggi. And today at one of the, Diwali markets, when we went there in the Bengali market, not only the distributors, we could see a host of other people who were just lining up, waiting for the packets to be opened. Of course, it's a huge relief for the distributors. Thousands of crores of losses were reported all this meanwhile. And as we also spoke to the shopkeepers, they also told us that they are are expecting youth sales in the coming time. Of course, there would be some hiccups because there has been some trust deficit as far as the brand is concerned. However, in all likelihood, everyone is expecting that the Maggi will pick up in the coming time.
You know, I was just going through a poll about whether people will be eating Maggi now that it's available in their stores, and I was seeing a whopping number of responses in the yes, which only goes on to see, you know, the kind of popularity that Maggi has enjoyed in so many years. But you know, are the shopkeepers wary about customers still being, cautious about the product after it was banned?
Well, let me just share a short anecdote with you. With the enthusiasm today at the market today, there was also one of the consumers who came up to the distributor and said, क्या मेरे बच्चे मैगी खा सकते हैं? Can my kids now go ahead and eat Maggi because they really like it? He wanted to buy Maggi, but he certainly had certain doubts about buying the Maggi. There were certain hiccups about the entire safety and security norms. So of course, as I pointed out, there would be some initial hiccups. The consumer will take some time to warm up to Maggi, but I can share the fact that all my friends are waiting up, lining to hoard certain packets of the Maggi, their favorite brand.
Absolutely, Anusha. I'm sure the return of Maggi has got about a smile on a lot of people's faces. But just tell me, and if you could just clarify this for our viewers, so will Maggi be available across the country? Because I believe that Maggi is still banned in a few states.
There are about 8 states which had formally banned Maggi. As far as those 8 states are concerned, each of those states will have to go forward and lift the ban on Maggi. We spoke to the spokesperson of the Nestle India. We tried to get in touch with him. We are yet to receive a formal response from them as far as how will the game plan be when these 8 states are concerned. However, for the rest of the country, the Maggi is back on the shelves, and in the coming days, you will be seeing aggressive marketing and distribution campaign by Nestle India as far as Maggi is concerned.
All right, Anusha. In fact, we'll just, play out that interview that you had with one of the shopkeepers at the very famous Bengali market in the national capital. So Maggi is back in your nearest stores. This after the Bombay High Court had overturned the ban, asking the company to get their samples tested by 3 laboratories that is accredited to the National Accreditation Board for testing. So let's just listen into that interview that Anusha conducted a short while back.
Coming back, how hopeful are you? Because, the pipeline is blocked. There is some consumer trust deficit also that is working at play.
See, we are associated with the company from the last 30 years. So as far as losses are concerned, we are businessmen. Loss and profit is one thing. But the reputation, because of whom it has been, we don't want to go into the details, but we are more concerned with the reputation loss, which has been gained now. So that is a big relief for us.
As you can see, the distributors are high in hopes, and let us see what will be the response of the consumers in some time. As for now, for the lovers of Maggi, Maggi is back on the shelves as far as the national capital is concerned. So one can go ahead and buy their favorite snack food, which has been one of the favorite for the country for a very long time. With camera person Dilip Upadhyay, this is Anusha Soni for India Today.
All right, Anusha, thanks so much for getting us that report. So ecstatic shopkeepers, they're happy about the return of Maggi noodles. In fact, it's not just for the consumer and shopkeepers, even workers, at the Maggi production plant are extremely happy and joyous after they receive the news that, production will begin. So the Maggi plant, they're gearing up for production.
Ni sa ga ma 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 ni pa ma ga sa ni pa ma ni sa pa sa जहाँ तक यादें याद आती रहेगी